Do you know that if you move to this country, you would get 70% refund of the money you spend on tuition? Yes. It means if you spend 5,000 euros on tuition, they are going to give you 70%. If you spend 10,000 euros on tuition, they will refund you 70% at the end of your study. This country is called Malta, and that's why this video is to help you know how to do it step by step. This video is for you.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
Hello, folks. This is your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, always bringing you the best gist when it comes to travel and migration. You know how we do it on this channel. All we do is share information that has to do with traveling, living, working, and moving abroad. If this is the first time of you coming across my channel, I want to tell you, you will not want to miss a thing. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on notification bells, make sure you share this video to as many people as possible. Guys, why is it that you do not subscribe to my YouTube channel? Why? I'm providing information to help you move abroad, yet I find that so many people watch my videos, but they don't subscribe to it. Yes, when I check my analytics, I see that a lot of people use my videos, but they don't subscribe. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you drop comments so that I can interact with you and I can answer your questions. Okay, what should I do? What do you want me to do before you? Should I kneel down? Should I beg you? Should I roll on the floor? I can do it easily. All right. We're just trying to help more people. So please just subscribe to my videos. Okay, share them. Let's help more people move abroad. Thank you. Malta is a country in Europe and one of the few countries where English is spoken. Not a lot of people can afford to move to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, and even the UK at the moment. But they want a place where English is only spoken. Well, Malta presents a huge opportunity. You would want to watch this video to the end so that you know how to go about it. You would want to know the documents you need to have. You would want to know the tuition fee because it's so cheaper than what you get in the United Kingdom. Malta is a country in Europe. It is a small island located off the coast of Italy. And as always, this conversation will not just happen with me. I usually bring knowledgeable guests who have the information to help you walk this step by step. Although today is not a woman that I have a very handsome man with a very nice looking beard to come and talk us through Malta step by step. All right, I'm going to allow you here from the horse's mouth. How are you doing, brother? It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Waka Waka. How you doing?
I'm all right. Do you want to introduce yourself to people in my community so they know who you are?
All right, sure. Okay. My name is Theophilus Obidake, but you can just call me Theo. I'm one of the business development managers here at the UK office. So I'm in charge of, managing our partners and also our students here in the UK.
Fantastic business development management. That's a lot of money on your end. I have also got a second guest on the show. He doesn't have quite the same type of beard as my first friend, but I'll give him the opportunity to also introduce himself.
Thank you for having me on. I'm Francis Anicha, and I'm the regional manager here at StudyNow.
Now, what makes Malta attractive? I know that Malta is one of the cheap alternatives for people who are looking for English-speaking countries, but what exactly makes Malta attractive?
Well, apart from the affordability for Malta, because I will not use cheap, I'll use the word affordability. I think one of the main things is people do not know that Malta has English language as their official language. I think it's the only country outside the British Isles that has English language as an official language, meaning about 98% of the people in Malta do understand English language. And it's also a very, very diverse country. So you get to meet people from, Spain, people from the Arab world and, other countries all over the world. And also the weather in Malta is something to, reckon of about because unlike other European countries where you have, cold winters and hot summers, the weather in Malta is favorable all through the year. You can go there during the winter where you have about -2 degrees in the UK. Over there in Malta will give you like 18, 19, 20 degrees Celsius, which is very, very okay as someone coming from, a very, very hot region like, Africa.
Wow.
Also, as a member of the Schengen zone, it means when you're living in Malta, you have access to so many other, Schengen countries like, France, Portugal, Spain, and so many other countries. So during your vacation, you can just say, okay, you know what? Let me book a flight and let me travel to Paris for the
Flights are
weekend,
very
or
cheap, man. Very cheap.
exactly, very, very affordable flight. So from Malta is like a gateway to the entire Europe, to Germany, to Switzerland, Austria. So as a student, you get to, experience these, various countries while studying. Also, another thing is the low cost of living in Malta. As a student, you could get an accommodation for as low as 350 to about 500 euros a month, which is very, 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 very affordable when compared to other, European countries, and also when compared to the UK.
Mm.
And one more thing is the favorable tax system. So as a student, by the time you're done and you're on your PSW or you have a work in Malta, the Malta government, refunds you back a certain percentage of your fees.
I heard though, I
Tax.
heard up to 70% refund.
Yes, up to 70%, meaning the money you're paying for your school fees, if you're paying about 10,000 euros or 5,000 euros or 6,000 euros, you are getting something back in return from your taxes. Meaning when you're working, you get to, save more money while working in Malta. And another thing is the medical, services in Malta. It's a very, very small island, meaning everyone there has access to good medical healthcare, which is, I think, one of the best things that can ever happen to anyone coming from Africa.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. What is the tuition like in Malta? And I know you have affiliations with some schools in Malta. So what's the tuition generally, broadly speaking, like in Malta? And how many schools do you have affiliation with?
Okay, for the tuition, I would say it's about one of the most affordable, countries in terms of tuition. You're looking at fees from around 6,000 euros to 14,000 euros. The 14,000 euros is like the maximum, and you can get within that range. And we also have, a couple of schools, about 4 schools currently in Malta, which are the GBS Malta, Global College Malta, Lenki Institute, and Essential Business School. And all these universities, they have, various, diverse programs from, computer science to business administration, all the way down to international business, marketing. We also have, postgraduate diploma programs and also undergraduate diplomas for those that have only YX certificates. So it doesn't matter your degree, there's something available for you in Malta.
So whether you are looking for undergraduate, whether you're looking for diploma, whether you're looking for masters, you will find something in Malta. Wow.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So let's talk about documentation. What documents do people need to have available if they want you to help with admission, or they want to get admission generally in Malta?
Okay, so for the documentation, I would divide it into 2 places. There's documentation, or let me say 2 places. For the documentation for a bachelor's program, you'll be needing just your international passport, your CV, your WAEC or your NECO certificate or an English language certificate, and then a personal statement, because you do not have a bachelor's degree yet. Then for a master's degree, then you're now looking at more documents, although they're all very straightforward, which are the international passports, your CV, your WAEC or your NECO certificate, or the English language test certificates, your personal statements, reference letters from both your university and your place of work, an English language proficiency letter if you do not have an English language test certificate like an IELTS or Duolingo. And surprisingly, they do accept Duolingo, which is quite cheap to write, and it's also very, very, very accessible. You can write your Duolingo test exam from the comfort of your homes. And those are the only documents needed to, put in your application.
What are some of the documents that you need for admission when it comes to bachelor's and master's? Do you have something to add to that?
So in regards to the documents that are required for both bachelor's and masters, I'm going to reference the UK here. So the documents are quite similar that are required. The only difference, of course, being that when applying for a master's, you would need to provide a bachelor's certificate and transcript. Now, Other documents that are required for the process are, of course, ID, which would be an international passport. And also, when applying for either program, you would need a CV. Very important to note that when providing a CV, universities now would expect that it's a professional CV that's provided. So when I say this, it's no different than a CV that you would be providing to an employer when applying for a job. So the similar CV that you would use when applying for a job is what the university also expect to receive. So this would mean that it's very detailed. It would have, for your work experience, it would have information in regards to what you have for each one of your job roles. So detailed description of your job responsibilities for each role. Also, they would want to know all your academic qualifications. So each institution that you went to study your bachelor's, if you've already done a master's, where you've studied your master's as well. Very important also to be detailed with the dates that you input on your CV. So the university will expect to see for both academic and work experience, they'll expect to see the start month and the start year, and the end month and the end year. So very reason I'm placing emphasis on this because many clients are not familiar that this is actually required. But yeah, so a fully detailed CV is what universities do expect. Now, in regards to another very important document that universities do look at when making a decision on whether to give you admission or not is the personal statement. So personal statements are very important because they give the university an insight in regards to what type of student you are. And this is why they use it as a basis on whether to make you an offer or not. So in the personal statements, the universities would want you to advise, basically give an introduction to who you are, what your background is, so what your academic or working background is, and also how your background actually links with the program that you're applying to. So they want to see the relevance. So how, let's say, your current work experience or your previous academic qualification. So how any of these things link with the program that you actually want to apply for at the university. Now, the university also want to see that you've actually done research on them. So do you know about the institution that you're going into? They'll want to see that you know about maybe what their policies are, maybe the city that the university is situated in as well. So how much information can you give them in regards to what they're about, what they do, and why, how they go about running their institution, how that's appealed to you. So just that I want to see that you actually have genuine interest in studying at the university. And another thing that the universities will look at in personal statements is what your future plans are. So after you've completed the program, what are your plans once you're done? They want to know and see how you studying this program tallies with what your future plans are. So that's also another important aspect of the personal statement. So these are just some of the main documents that are required for both the bachelor's and the master's processing.
Fantastic. So let's talk about the steps now. Steps involved in processing admission and, of course, the visa. People want to know what are the steps they need to take if they want to process admission and visa for Malta.
So if you want to attend a university in Malta, I think the first thing you need to do is, if you're not really in contact with us, you need to fill our inquiry form from either our social media, handles, or our website, which is www.studynow.org.uk. Once you fill in the form, one of our counselors here would, reach out to you, and then you guys will discuss on what exactly you want to study. Then after that, you send your documents. So, once you send a document, we review your documents and make sure everything is in place. If you need you to probably make some adjustments or some corrections, we'll let you know. And after that, we put in your application. And yes, we can guarantee you a conditional offer within 24 to 48 hours of making your application, which is very, very, very awesome. So within 24 hours of making your application, we get you a conditional offer. if you have a couple of conditions to meet, let's say your university refuses to give you your transcript unless you have a conditional offer, then they can send your transcript to the university. And then after that, most schools in Malta, especially the schools we work with, they might require you to do an interview before you can get an unconditional offer. So we are studying now, we'll prep you for your interview and make sure you pass your interview. And after you're done with your interview, the next thing is to get your unconditional offer. After getting your unconditional offer, then you need to pay a tuition deposit. And the schools accept 50% deposits. Most of them accept 50% deposits. Others might tell you to, pay the complete tuition fees, especially the ones with the very, very discounted, fees. And after that, your visa process starts. And this is where things get, a little bit tense. For Malta, for the visa documents, the most important thing at the moment right now is your health insurance coverage. And from the new Malta, immigration policies, you are required to have an health insurance that covers at least 100,000 euros. Previously, it was 50,000 euros, but now your health insurance coverage should be up to 100,000 euros. Then you also need to book, accommodation for at least a week, at least 4 weeks in Malta. The universities that we have partnerships with can do this for you. You also need to have your flight reservation. You need to book your one-way ticket to Malta. You also need a 3-month bank statement or a sponsor letter from the government, or probably a sponsor letter from your family, maybe your friend, your brother, your sister, your parents. But they will still need to show the proof of funds. And then we can go into the visa and biometrics appointment, which cost up to 350 euros. So you should budget that for your visa and your biometrics. And then for the accommodation, it can cost as low as 170 euros a week. When compared to other regions in Europe, this is quite affordable. There are a couple of accommodations that also cost about 150. And if you are fortunate enough to get an accommodation outside the campus, that will be much, much, much favorable for you. But if not, the university can provide you with accommodations for as low as 170 euros.
You organize regular events all around the world to help interested people with information concerning different countries. Is there anyone that is coming up soon that you have planned?
So yeah, this is correct. We do organize quite a few events on an annual basis. So by the end of this month and in October, we actually have quite a few events lined up. So the first event we have is on the 28th of September. This is actually something that we've never previously done. So it's an expo event where we have 6 universities in attendance. So the 6 universities I'm referring to are Leeds Trinity, Sunderland, Solent University, Wolverhampton, the University of East London, Buckinghamshire New University, and the University of West London. So, of course, with this event, what it does is give interested students a chance to know about different universities as opposed to just one. And each rep from the university will give insights in regards to what the university is about, the programs that they have to offer, the tuition fees, the payment plans, entry requirements, even talk about the city that they're situated in. So as much information as possible. And the fact that there's 6 universities in attendance, it allows students to make as many inquiries as possible to multiple universities to then make a decision on which one will be best and most suited to them to further their studies. So actually an event I'm looking very excited for. So I think it would be very insightful and useful to students, because at least they've actually weighed up several options and then decided which one will be best for them going forward. So yeah, should definitely be a useful event for students to then make a decision on where to progress with their academic journey. And also, we have an event a few events with York St John University. So if you know StudyNow, you'll know York St John University, because this university is one that we have a very close partnership with, because they do appeal to our market because of the affordable tuition fee. So York St John do have amongst the most affordable tuition fees in the UK. So this is why they do appeal to many of our clients. So with York St John, we would have a rep from the university joining us for a few events. And the first event we have with York St John is on the 5th of October, which is in Lagos. This is actually something we've done for the last 2 years, so we're continuing the trend. We're also doing it in Abuja as well, and the one in Abuja is on the 9th of October. And we also have a few different cities that we're going to be doing the fair in. So we've got one on the 7th of October in Port Harcourt. So of course, we've actually never done an event in Port Harcourt previously. So this will be our first fair in Port Harcourt. We also have one on the 12th of October in Ghana. And so that'll be in Accra. First time we're doing an event in Ghana. And final event we have is on the 19th of October in Kenya, and that'll be in Nairobi. So also first time we're actually doing one in Nairobi. And all of these fairs that we're hosting, so in these cities, would be with York St John and University also representing.
What exactly is StudyNow? What is StudyNow?
So StudyNow, we're educational consultancy firm. So we assist international students, of course, that have aspirations in studying abroad. So, and we assist throughout the whole process. So the whole admission and visa process. And like has already been mentioned, the service is completely free of charge as well. So the main purpose of our service really is to make the process as seamless as possible for all our clients. So of course, it's a new experience for many people that approach us. They've never maybe previously had any experience in applying to study abroad or so. So the whole process in general will be very new to them. So very important that we do provide that expert guidance from start to finish. So throughout the process, clients would know what the next step is, what is required of them. They would never be in the dark at any point of the process. That will be the admissions and visa processing. And this is what we prioritize ourselves on, providing exceptional customer service to get students over the line. So that's pretty much what we're all about here at StudyNow.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Are you able to help with admission and visa processing?
Oh, yes. So the good thing is for the admission, would assist you. Also for the visa processing, would also assist you from the start to the finish. But the universities we partner with in Malta, they are there to also assist you as a student. They have a dedicated visa team. So you'll be getting support not just from us, but also from the university, which is quite good for students because you'll be getting direct feedback from the school. And also if you need some other extra information, we are also there to help you. For the universities, they have a dedicated team that works directly with us to help you with your visa processing.
And how much do people need to pay to get all these benefits?
Yeah, this is where things get complicated. So all our services are all free. We do this with no extra charge.
Free of charge.
No extra charge at all, very free. And so what we do is our services are completely free. But if you need assistance, which we also assist for free. If you need assistance in, let's say, the amounts needed for your IHS, which is your immigration health search, that's for other regions, or you need assistance for your biometrics fees or your health insurance or paying your accommodation, would also give you information on how to go about paying those compulsory requirements that are being slated by the Malta government. But our services are completely free. We do not take any money from you. All you need to do is just tell us what you want and we would help you.
All right, thank you very much. So folks, all the links that you need will be in the description box of this video. Every link, every contact information that you need will be in the description box of this video. So do not hesitate to check it out. Thank you very much for watching. I probably see you in Malta next year because Malta is open and you can get in even by January of this year. Till I see you again in another episode, it's your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, and I'm signing out.